That's right, bring it on. Coming to you live from the greatest city in the world, New York City. You're watching Astrology Numerology now for Monday, August 5th, 2013. I'm your host, STARMAN, where every week at this time we bring you real astrology and real numerology in real time. And I'm welcoming back to tonight's show a special edition of Astrology Numerology now. I'm bringing back the one, the only, the great Sonja Francis. Hi, Sonja.
Hi, Saki. How you doing?
Welcome back to Astrology Numerology now.
Thank you.
Now, you're here because you were here late June.
Yep.
And we had all kinds of technical glitches during the Mercury retrograde.
Yep, we did.
So our executive producer, Dietrich Kelsey, and myself said, we got to bring Sonja Francis, the astrology coach, back.
Excellent, yes, and thank you so much.
Now, let's start out by telling the world, who is Sonja Francis?
Well, well, I would say that I combine astrology and life coaching. I do relationship and life coaching, but my first love and passion is astrology, and so I combined the two to support people more fully by reading people's charts and then also coaching them afterwards and how to work with their energies and how to deepen their understanding of themselves and how they can move forward in their lives.
How long have you been an astrologer?
Oh, my 20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
And you're originally from Vienna, Austria?
Yep, I'm originally from Vienna, Austria, and I've lived now in New York for the past 19 years.
Now, if you watch Sonja, she's all over the place. She's one of the rising stars in astrology, and we're going to take some astrology calls from you. Now, if you want to talk to myself or Sonja, get in line. We're going to put the number up on the screen, and the number to call to talk to myself or Sonja is 212-757-1393. Again, to talk to myself or Sonja Francis, we're going to put the number on the screen, 212-757-1393. We are live from New York City. It's August the 5th, 2013. And there's the number to call. If you want to talk to myself or Sonja, give us a call, 212-757-1393 is the number to call for real astrology and real numerology in real time. Now, Sonja,
yes.
I want to talk about how did you get started? What was your very first astrology chart? When did you get the epiphany moment that, hey, I can do this?
Well, I would say the very first chart was my own chart, of course, because I really wanted to know a little bit about my own energies and who I am and how I can understand myself better. And that was very helpful, I have to say. But then in terms of reading somebody else's chart, you know, first I started with my family, of course, you know, people that I knew, boyfriend, brother, mother, father, all those people. And the first professional reading that I did with a client was in 2005.
Okay.
And in 2005, I started reading people's charts, you know, that actually paid me money to do it.
Okay, wow, is that fun?
So that was really amazing. And I think up until that point, I really just read for fun and read friends and, you know, people that just were curious about it.
Now, you are a Scorpio.
I am a Taurus.
No, that's right. You're Moon in Scorpio, right?
Moon in Scorpio.
Moon
yes.
in Scorpio, Taurus
Yes.
with the Moon in Scorpio.
Yes.
Now, why do people need an astrologer coach? Why? Why do they need your services?
Well, I would say that if you're the type of person that really wants to understand yourself more deeply and wants to really work with what you came in with, the energies that you came in with, to have someone to read your chart and then also support you afterwards and to help you move forward in your life and get more connected to who you are, I think that kind of a person would probably want to work with me.
Now, after an initial reading with you, how do you follow up with your clientele?
Well, I usually tell people, you know, after the first reading, you know, that coaching is available to them, and that if that's something.
What do you mean by coaching, Sonja?
What I mean by coaching is that they can work with me one-on-one. Also, after after the astrology reading, I'd be willing to work with them on certain issues that maybe have come up through the reading, or things that are currently present in their lives that need addressing. Because, you know, each year, you know, we have different challenges that we work with according to however the transits are and whatever is going on in our lives. So, you know, we may have certain years where we don't need support with someone else, but there might be other years where we really want support in being able to move through life more smoothly. And so if someone has a current situation that is urgent to address or where they need support, then I would help them with that.
Now, we're going to talk, before we open up at the phone lines at 212-757-1393. Get in line. I know you want to talk to Sonja. I know you want to talk to Z Starman. But let's talk about, for a minute, some of the outer planets that we're experiencing in this generation at this time. Now, let's begin with Neptune and Pisces.
Yes.
What is your thoughts on that?
Well, a Neptune on Pisces, I would say, is an energy where we're all starting to become a little bit more sensitive towards our fellow human beings. And we're all getting a little bit more connected to each other on an energetic level, on a feeling level, sensing level. So it's really a time where we want to be careful with who we surround ourselves with, what kind of things we surround ourselves with. So it's not just people, but also situations, or, you know, what kind of TV do I watch, or what kind of movies do I take in? Because all of that is just energy that penetrates. You know, with Neptune and Pisces, there's a lot of sensitivity towards that.
How does this affect Pisces people in general? Are they energized because their ruling planet is now returned home, and Neptune is in Pisces for the first time in like 164 years?
Yes. I would say that for people who have Pisces sun sign or Pisces moon sign or Pisces rising sign, they're all experiencing sort of like a sense of feeling more connected to themselves. And the ability, the sensitivity that they've already had all along, all of a sudden it sort of like makes sense. And it feels like they're coming home to themselves in a sense. Okay. You know? And there's sort of a relief, you know, a relief that it's okay to be sensitive, it's okay to maybe have psychic abilities, it's okay to tap into, you know, otherworldly places and, you know, fantasy places. So
can people with, let's say, a heavy stellium of planets in Pisces, you know, I'm finding that a lot of the people with Pisces in the early decan of Pisces, they're in the twilight zone because they're feeling this energy for the first time in their lifetimes in Pisces. Neptune's in Pisces for the first time in 164 years.
Yes.
So can there be illusions and disillusions of grandeur during this period?
Absolutely, yes. It depends on the person, I would say. It depends on the person's consciousness, I would say. If someone is a little bit more evolved and conscious in their own lives, then they would use that energy to really tap more fully into their ability to feel things and sense things and in a positive way. Someone who is not so conscious and who is not able to deal with that sensitivity in that way, they would probably be, you know, maybe more going into drugs and escapism and trying to flee the sensitivity and not be part of that.
We're going to keep it moving. 212-757-1393 is the number to call, where every week at this time we bring you real astrology, real numerology in real time. Caller, you're on the air with Z Starman, and please turn down the volume on your television. We're going to give you 2 seconds.
Hello?
Hi. What's your name and where you're calling from? We got to move quickly.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
My name is Vernell.
What's your name?
Vernell.
Vernell, say hello to Sonja Francis.
Hi.
Hi.
Now, what day is your birthday, Vernell? We got to move quickly.
It is July 18th, 1989.
July 18th, 1989. Now, this is a number 4 personal year from a numerology point of view. You really have to start the work. You really have to start putting a foundation together, because a lot of things, Vernell, in your lifetime is discombobulated right now from a numerology point of view. So the 4 personal year is about building foundations, building structures, and getting everything in your life organized. Like they say, there's a place for everything and a place, and everything has its place. Now, the thing with you is you've been unorganized. Start to organize your life. You're still young. You still got a lot of living and a lot of things to do in your lifetime. I think one of the chosen fields for you would be sales. If you decided to work in sales or selling, you ever thought about anything like that? Hello, caller?
Yes.
Have you ever thought of anything like sales?
Yes.
Okay, that's one of the things that I'm picking up from a numerology point of view. Sonia, you ready?
Hi, how's it going, Burnell?
Great.
Excellent. So I would say, you know, we have a Cancer again in our round. So this next year in 2014 is actually going to be very beneficial to you with Jupiter moving over your sun and some of your other planets. So that's going to be more towards the, you know, May or June of next year. So you're going to feel a lot of expansion in your life during that time. Right now you have Pluto on your Neptune, and that indicates that you're really trying to you're trying very deeply to transform your own experience of connection with the spiritual world or with the creative world. Are you doing anything creative right now?
Yes.
Oh, great! That's wonderful. And are you experiencing some deepening of that, or needing to go deeper with that?
Okay.
Are you experiencing
Okay, caller. I'm sorry to cut her off, but we're about to run out of time. Sonia, could you tell everyone how to get in contact with you? That's
Absolutely.
your camera. Look in there, right there.
Absolutely. My name is Sonja Francis, and you can contact me either via email, that's sonja@astrologercoach.com, SONJA@astrologercoach.com, or you can also contact me via my Facebook fan page, which is astrologercoach.sonjafrancis, or also via my website, astrologercoach.com, or my number is 917-740-4203.
Why do you do what you do?
You know, the epiphany moment came very late, because I always thought that this is something that I'm just going to do as a hobby and just for fun. But at some point, you know, I started training as a life coach, and at some point when I was doing the coaching, I realized that I can really help people a lot more deeply and with more effect through astrology as well. So I started combining the two, and I really noticed how it was immediately, it felt like people were drawn to it, you know, that combination was very powerful.
Okay. Now, why do you call yourself the astrologer coach? Who gave you that name?
I did.
You did?
Well, quite frankly, that was the name that was available in terms of website names, and it was still available. So I was like, oh, I take it.
Okay. Now, you work with something called the Sedona method.
Yes.
Could you tell our viewers about the Sedona method? What is it?
Yes.
How did it originate? Where is it from?
Yes. It's a technique or a modality that works with questions, where you guide your client through a set of questions, and through the questions they're able to let go or release any energy blockages or anything to do with the past or anything to do with fear.
Give me an example of a question that you would ask that would relate to what you're talking about.
So one of the questions would be, for example, you know, I would ask you, you know, what are you experiencing in this moment, or what are you feeling in this moment?
At the very moment.
At the very moment that I'm speaking to you. And then you would, you know, tell me, okay, I'm feeling a little bit anxious or a little bit scared right now. And then I would say to you, okay, so could you just allow that for right now, or could you just acknowledge that that's there in this moment? Because what we do a lot with feelings is that we don't acknowledge them, or we don't want them to be there as they are. So we start to push things down, or we start to get tense or wanting to get rid of something.
Okay.
And by doing that, you know, first of all, it's not good for the body, but also for our own spirit, it's not good, because it closes us down. And in order for us to flow more and be more open with life, it's very important to allow for these things to flow and to just allow them to be, you know,
now,
in the moment.
how do you correlate the Sedona method and, let's say, is it different for an Aries or a Cancer or a Leo? What are the differences when you're using this method when you're relating to different signs of the zodiac?
That's a very good question. Actually, what I usually do is I look at people's moon signs because the moon is the placement in the chart where we are most holding on to things.
So I have the moon in Aquarius.
Okay. So with the moon in Aquarius, I would approach you in a way where I would ask you, you know, where do you want to have more freedom in your life? You know, because an Aquarius always wants more freedom. And then we would probably work on that first, you know, because, you know, whatever it is that you're holding on to or that's holding you back in life, that's the thing you want to address first. And then you start incrementally to go to other things.
And you would always look to the moon sign first for that?
I would look to the moon sign first, yes. Because that's also what is our unconscious, it's our past conditioning, you know, it's what we grow up with. It's our family, it's our past. So there's a lot of stuff that gets clogged up in our past or with our family or in our upbringing, right? I would probably also look at Chiron, you know, the wounded healer.
Yes, absolutely.
And see, you know, where is your Chiron, what house, what ruler, and all that stuff, and see how has that been affecting your inner wound or your inner insecurities that you're experiencing in life, and how can you heal that a little bit better?
So the Sedona method is correlating astrology with emotional healing. Would I say that's correct?
Yes, that's correct. But it's not purely emotional healing. It's also it can be used for spiritual healing. It can be used for physical healing. It can be used for just creating space and awareness of self in the moment of now.